Hi, welcome to Roy's Game Table. Today we have the Treant versus the Barbarian. So pull up a chair and let's see who wins. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started with our setup. And what I mean by setup is we are going to have to upgrade the boss before we get started and play. And he gets, I don't know if you can see it, but there you go. He gets upgrade CP for one player is 7. So what we're going to do is he has 7 combat points, and we'll just turn over cards and he pays for those cards with the points. And once we get to a card that he can't afford, we're done and he's done upgrading, and then we can start with the game. So the first card is going to be Unhinged 2. It's only 1 CP, so I'll drop him down to 6, and it'll go over here. And then the next card will be Unhinged 3. So it's 2 CP, and in this case you just pay the difference. So I don't pay 2, I only pay 1 because he just upgraded the Unhinged. So that's going to go over here on top of that one. And then we have Pained Response 2 for 1 CP. That's going to go here. Drop him to 4. And then Low Blow 3, that's 2 CP, and that comes up here. So 2 more CP down to 2. All right, almost done. Stone Skin 3. Now, Stone Skin 3 costs 3 CP. So what you do in this case, he doesn't have the combat points to pay for this. So you just discard it and he's done. He actually doesn't upgrade anymore. So we will put these back into the box. and then we're finished. We are at 2 combat points, and his starting combat points, as you can hopefully see there, is 2 CP. So we'll just leave it right there. And I've shuffled up his deck. I've shuffled up my deck. He starts with 70 health, and I start in this game with 50 health, and of course with 4 salves. So let's go ahead and get started, and I do get the first turn. Okay, and I did get my 4 cards at the start of the game. I got Bye-Bye, which lets me get rid of a status effect. I got the Campfire, which was one of my upgrades. Better D, which can let me re-roll dice, and then Downpour, which I can grow all existing spirits once, but I don't have any existing spirits, at least not yet, because in my upkeep phase, I will get a seedling. And then in my income phase, I'm going to go to 3, and then I'll draw a card, and it's Vegas, baby. Let's go ahead and play that and see if I can make some money. And I got 5, so it upgrades up. All right, it's half the value rounded up, so it's going to be 3 CP up to 6. And that's a good start because I got a card that I want to play. So I'll discard that. I'm going to go ahead and play Campfire so I can try to dig for some of my good cards that I really like to use. So why not? I'm going to spend 2 CP. It's an instant. Go ahead and do that. It'll have plenty left. Drop me to 4. And it says choose 3 heroes to draw 1, and it may choose the same hero multiple times. Well, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to draw 3. And I get Rooted 2, Cultivate, which is grow 3 spirits, and Vengeful Vines. All right, a couple of upgrades here. I can upgrade my Small Straight to get Bitter Root, and I can upgrade my, I'm going to upgrade, I think, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade my defense to the Rooted 2. So that's going to be 3, cost me 3 CP. It's going to drop me down to 1 from 4 to 1. That's okay, and the reason why I like doing that is because when I roll defense, if I roll 2 6s, I get a Wellspring, which can let me heal and can also let me make my Overgrowth and Undefendable attack. Okay, let's go ahead and roll up. And let's see, we get a 3, we get a bunch of the wood. I mean, I can start off dealing some damage like that. Which isn't such a bad idea, I guess. I guess it's as good a way to start as any. So I will keep that. Let's roll this. 2 and 3. So I got 5 of those. So I can discard a spirit and inflict Barbed Vine. I will do that to inflict Barbed Vine onto him. And then I'm going to deal 7 damage. And of course, he gets to roll his defense. So he rolls 4 dice on defense. And he heals 2 times the orange, which is a 4 or 5. And on a 6, he deals 1 damage back. Okay, so he does get a 6. And he heals. So he's going to heal 2, which will bring him up to 72. And then the white doesn't do anything, and he will deal 1 damage back to me, so it's going to drop me to 49. All right, and then I put in 7 damage, so that's going to drop him down from 72 to 65. I guess a pretty decent start. And then with my second main phase, it would be nice to upgrade, go ahead and get this other upgrade in. So I'm gonna sell Better D to get a combat point to bring me up to 2. And then I'm gonna spend those 2 combat points to upgrade my Vengeful Vines. So now I have a small straight, and I have another power, Bitter Root, which I can deal 1 pure damage per spirit. So now we're over to his phase, and let me just show you the boss battle turn. On the boss step, his income phase, he gains 1 CP, and then I draw a card. And draw a card from the boss combat deck, and the active player gains the hero bonus in the top right corner. So I've always got to check that. Sometimes I do forget that, but there is a bonus that I can get. And then if it's a main phase card that's drawn, if he can pay for it, he does. If it's an offensive role phase card that's drawn, you kind of hold on to it and then add it to the offensive role. And if he can't afford it, or if it's something he can't play, he's going to sell it for a CP. So that's how that's basically going to work. And then he doesn't have a second main phase or a discard phase like I do. So he gets his combat point up to 3. And the card he draws, it is going to be a Chaos Blessing. It's 0, so he's going to be able to do it. He's going to be able to add to his attack. He'll roll 1, and he can add one of those cards. And his role objective is straight, so he wants to get straight. And I'll show you how that works when we get it. So with a straight, what you do is you keep all of the 2, 3, 4, and 5s. You just keep one of each of them, and then you only keep a 6 and a 1 if it's already part of a straight. Well, I have a 6, but it's not part of a straight, so I'm gonna have to re-roll these 3. So this is his second roll. He does have Barbed Vine. Okay, again, 2, 6, and 6, so he's gonna roll again. And let's see, he's got a 2, 3, so he doesn't get the straight, but he does have 4 white. Let's see. And then there are numbers in the bottom left of the abilities, and they're priority numbers. And the higher one is the better one, because even though he didn't get a straight, he does still have something he can do, which is deal 7 damage. And I don't see anything else that he could do this turn, so it looks like that's what he's going to deal. So it's 7 damage on a 4 of a kind, inflict concussion, and I got lucky. He only has a 3 of a kind. So 7 damage, and I do get to roll my defense, which is I get to roll 4. And I get 2. So on 2 leaves, I grow a spirit, which will be a seedling. And then I prevent 1 times the wood. So I prevent 2, so I take 5 damage. And so I'm down from 49 to 44. And that's going to be it for his turn. So now we're back over to me. I get a CP up to 1, draw a card, and it is Splinter 2. This is the one that if I upgrade, I don't have to spend a spirit. Oh, I need to do my upkeep. I'll do that in a second. But I don't have to spend a spirit to inflict Barbed Vine here. And by the way, he does have the Barbed Vine. I did put him on there. So that's going to come off, and he rolled 3 times. So he takes 2 damage for those Barbed Vines, down to 63. All right, I'm going to go ahead and spend the 1 CP I have to upgrade the Splinter 2. So we'll go with that. And now let's go to my roll phase. And I forgot to do my upkeep phase because I got this from my defense. So I'm going to upgrade the seedling into a sapling, I think. All right. All right. 2, 5, 5, and 6. Now that the 2 leaves and a 2, 6 will let me grow 3 spirits, draw a card, and do all that. But um, I think I'd like to actually do something. So I think I'd actually like to, do an attack or an ability. Um, let's see. I do almost have an overgrowth, but I don't want to spend my seedling. It only does 2 damage without spending a seedling. So I don't think I want to go for that. I'll just go again for the splinter, I guess, for now. So let's see. I got 1 and a 2. And there's 4, 5, and another 1. So again, I have no, I don't. I'll just go. I'll just hold on that. I'll go for the splinter, I guess. And there we go. Actually, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I do have a small straight, which in this case, that's going to deal 8 damage as opposed to just 6 with the splinter 2. So I'll do that. I inflict Barbed Vine on him again, and I'm going to do my small straight to do 8 damage. All right, he gets to roll 4 defense, and he gets all oranges. So heal 2 times the oranges. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Basically, he won't take anything because I've only dealt 8 damage. So all I really did was just inflict Barbed Vine. That was a great roll for him. All right, now we're in the second main phase. I'll just hold on to what I have. So we'll end my turn and go over to him. Oh, I forgot to play this card last time, and I forgot to get my modifier. See, sorry about that. I'm going to have to back up a little bit here. So he was supposed to roll 1 and add something to it. So he dealt 7 damage to me. Well, I actually took 5, but I rolled 1. It was a 4. On that, inflict parasite. So I was supposed to take a parasite. Okay, I was supposed to have parasite, but all parasite does is it just says during their upkeep phase, if a player inflicted with this token has a positive stats effect, they receive 1 damage. Additionally, if they spend a positive stats effect to successfully prevent or avoid damage, remove the parasite and they receive 3 as an isolated source of undefendable damage. Well, I did have this modifier when I started my turn, so I am supposed to take a damage from that, so I'm down to 43. Okay, now I gotta try to remember my cards over here. That's easy to forget for some reason. All right, back to him. Well, I haven't given him his combat point because he's only at 3, and that didn't cost him anything. The Chaos Blessing. So he goes to 4, and the card is going to be Coffers 2. It's a 0, gain 3, and then draw a card. All right, so he gets 3 combat points up to 7, and he draws another card, and it's going to be 6 fusion. And I get to draw a card. That's the benefit, so I'll do that. Will-o-wisp, and it's going to be another roll phase modifier. You can spend 2, and at the conclusion of your offensive roll phase, change your 2 dice with the lowest value to 6. Oh no, that means more than likely he's going to get a ultimate here. By the way, he starts with 2 King's Hand tokens, so I'll put those on here. So that's not good already. Probably going to get an ultimate. All right, let's see what happens. That's what he wants to get too, is his ultimate. So that's 1. That's 2 rolls. Come on, don't roll a 6. Okay, so 3 rolls. He will get the Barbed Vine. I'm going to go ahead and do this so I don't forget. He rolled 3 times, so he's going to take 2 damage for the Barbed Vine down to 61. And he does have the 2 CP, so he's going to spend 2 of that down to 5. And at the conclusion of your offensive roll phase, change your 2 dice with the lowest value to 6. So that means the 1 and the 2 will go to a 6. And fortunately, he doesn't get his ultimate, but that's still pretty good, what he did get. So 4 6s, he inflicts stun on me and deals 6 undefendable damage. So that's going to drop me from 43 down to 37. Ouch. Now stun, and I have the leaflets off to the side so I could get as much of it in as I could of them. But stun, a player inflicted with this token may take no actions of any kind. After the attack concludes, the player who inflicted stun removes the token, then immediately targets the same opponent with an additional offensive roll phase. I think he goes straight into an offensive roll phase. So I think he doesn't get to spend this card again, and use the ability to upgrade 2 of the lowest dice to a 6. But he just rolls again and he uses this red. He uses the roll objective down here. So he's going to go for all 5s again, or 5 6s again. So that's how I'm going to play it. I don't know if that's right. That's how I'm going to play it. I hope it's right. That was 1, 2, and 3. All right. So let's see. He's got 2 white, 2 orange, and a red. Let's see if that's anything. 2 white, I don't think, and he doesn't have a straight. He almost has a small straight, but he doesn't. I don't think he has anything that he can do. I think that's a total whiff for him. So in this case, he spends a King's Hand token and rolls a die. And if he rolls a 4 to 6, he gets to redo an offensive roll phase. And he gets a 1. So he fails on the King's Hand token. And that's it. So I hope I did that right. I think I did. I mean, I know he gets another offensive roll phase, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So we come in. I do have a positive stats effect. So the Parasite will cost me 1 damage. And I'm going to go ahead and spend a salve. I know it's early, but I'm going to go ahead and spend a salve and heal up to 6, because salves heal you 6 in boss battles. Go back up to 42. I feel like I've taken quite a bit of damage already. And, he offset the attack I did last time. So we're going to do that. And I can upgrade I can upgrade a spirit or grow a spirit. I'm going to go ahead and go to the Dryad, because if I would have had my Dryad last time, I wouldn't have been concussed. I would have just taken the 6 damage. So this can keep that from happening again. The only time I can take concussion now is if he does roll his ultimate. All right, upgrade phase. I get 1 and draw a card. It's not this time. A chosen player prevents 6 damage. And let's see. I really want to get rid of this Parasite. So I'm gonna sell my Downpour to get another CP, so I can spend the 2 CP on bye-bye to remove a status effect from a chosen player to get rid of this Parasite, so it doesn't keep messing me up. And that's it. I don't have any more CP, so I'm going to have to go with what I've got. I guess I could sell something, because I would like to have Not This Time available in case I can prevent damage. I think I will. I am going to sell Cultivate for 1 CP, so that when it goes into his turn, if he does a lot of damage to me, I can play Not This Time. All right, let's roll up. So once again, I have a bunch of wood. I don't want to keep doing that attack, because at some point I just would like to do something besides always splinter. Well, I do have a 1, 2, and a 3. So I'll hold on to that and see if I can't get another straight. So let's go my second roll. 6 and a 3. Okay, let's roll again. Those 2 again. And a 5 and a 6. So 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And that's not going to be a straight or anything, but I do have 3 wood. That's 5 damage, and I inflict Barred Vine. I'll just go with that. Man, I hope I start getting some better rolls. So 5 damage. He gets to roll 4 defense. And he doesn't roll any defense, but he does deal 1 damage back to me because he got a 6. So I'm gonna take 1 down to 41, and he's going to take all 5 of that to all 5 of the damage. So that's good, I guess. So from 61 down to 56. Well, at least that one went through. And then in my second main phase, I'm just going to hold on to what I have, and we're going to call it good, and we'll go to him. So he gets a combat point up to 6, and then he draws, and it's going to be head bash. I healed 1 damage. That's the benefit. Good. So I'm up to 42. And this is what I'm talking about. I don't know if you've seen it, but up in the right corner, you get the benefit from that when you play. So you always want to, when you're playing the bosses, you always want to check that, because sometimes you get a salve even. Okay, so it's going to spend 1 CP, inflict concussion on the active player. All right, well, he can spend that, and unfortunately, I can't use my Dryad to prevent that because it didn't come from an attack. So I'm going to be concussed, which, if you didn't watch my last video, or if you don't know, concussion, a player afflicted with this token must skip their income phase and then remove the token. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right, his roll objective is going to be all oranges, which is 4 and 5. Okay, he has, that's 1. He does have Barbed Vine, so I can keep that in mind. He didn't get anything from his roll objective, so that's 1. That's 2. All right, we'll keep those 2 oranges. And 1 more. 3. So he got 3 orange. So he did roll 3. So the Barbed Vine is going to do 2 damage to him to drop him down from 56 to 54. And let's see, nothing is 2 white and 3 orange. So he will just keep that, which is deal 7 damage and heal 2. So he's going to go from 54 back up to 56. And he will deal 7 damage, but I get to roll my defense. All right, let's see what happens. And it looks like I just get to prevent 3 of that damage. Yeah, that's all I get to do. So he deals 7 minus 3, so I take 4 down to 38. And that's going to do it for his turn. All right, so we'll discard this and go over to my turn. In my upkeep phase, I'm going to do a seedling. And then I have to skip my income phase, so we'll go right on in to my main phase, which I'll just hold on to it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to sell anything. So let's just roll up and see what happens. All right, well, I've almost got an overgrowth, and I could add some damage. With that, I could get up, let's see, to 6, 7 damage on that. I like inflicting Barbed Vine. I've been doing some damage with Barbed Vine. That's been good. So I think let's just go with Splinter again, I guess. So that's 1, 2. Oh, we got a 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to hold on to that. There's a small straight. Reroll this one on my 3rd roll. And it's just a 3, so I have a small straight, which is going to be inflict Barbed Vine and deal 8 damage. And I can use the modifier, but I'm going to wait and see if he even blocks it, how much he blocks before I add that on, I think. So it's going to be 8 damage. He's going to roll 4 dice. Come on, don't heal back. Don't heal back. All right, he does heal back a couple of them. He does get a 6, so he does 1 damage back to me. I'm down to 37. He heals 2 from this orange, so he's up to 58. And, you know, you're supposed to do all this together at the same time at the end, but I'm just doing it now so I can remember. So I deal 8 damage. I am going to do the modifier for 1, so 9 damage to him. All right, so 58 to 49. I'll take it, and he did get a Barbed Vine, so that's good. And then in my second main phase, I'm not going to do anything, so we'll move right on into his turn. He gets a combat point up to 6. And the card is Pierce 2, and I will get a salve. I don't know if you can see that. So that's good. So y'all, that's why I said you always want to remember to get your benefits. That's an offensive roll card. So we'll do that when it gets to it. And he wants all white. So he's rolling 5. All right, so there's 3. That's 1, 2, and 3. So he meets his objective, but it takes him 3 rolls. I'm going to go ahead and do the barred vine so I don't forget. So that'll drop him from 49 to 47. And let's see, he has all 5 on a 4 of a kind, inflict concussion, which I would prevent it anyway, but he doesn't have a 4 of a kind. So he's just going to deal 9 damage. All right, I do get my roll though, and I do have not this time that I can use if I want to. All right. So on the 2 leaves, I grow a spirit. I'm going to upgrade to a seedling to a sapling. And then I prevent 2 of that, which is going to do 7 damage. And I will go ahead and play not this time. So I'm going to spend my 1 combat point to prevent 6 of that. So my roll prevented 2, dropped it from 9 to 7. That prevents 6. So I only take 1 damage from that attack. That's good. So I go to 36. Oh, and then add 2 damage if your offensive roll phase, and he can spend that. If your offensive roll phase results in an attack that is defendable, it becomes undefendable. All right, so he does get that. I keep forgetting about these cards. So he pays a 3 combat point, and he adds 2 damage, which is going to go from 9 to 11. And then it is a defendable one, so it becomes undefendable. So I don't get my sapling. Let's get my seedling back because I rolled my defense and I wasn't supposed to roll my defense. So I'm taking 11 damage. I'm still going to play not this time. So instead of just taking 1, I actually take 5. So I've already dropped down from 36 or from 37 to 36. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should be at 32 because it was at 37. He dealt 11. I prevented 6 of it, which goes to 5. So I should be on 32. I think all that's right. I think I did all that correctly now. Okay. A lot to have to keep up with. You got to remember these cards. I set them over here and forget about them. But we are back to the Treant. Okay, so we're back to the Treant, and I'm going to grow a spirit, upgrade my seedling to a sapling. And then I get an income phase this time. So it's going to go up to 1. And I draw a card, which is going to be samesies. Okay. And I think I'm going to go ahead and spend my sapling, I think, to heal 1 up to 33 and gain a CP. And I'm just going to hold on to I want to try to build up CP so I have plenty of it for when other cards come out. So I'm not going to do anything else. Go straight to my roll phase. Let's get a good roll here. All right, we got 2 6s. And I'm going to hold them off because I do have a samesies and I do have enough to do it. So let's see if I can get an ultimate or something close. 2, there's 3 6s. And yeah, I'm going to go for my ultimate. And nope. So I got 2 wood and 3 6s, which won't do me anything. So I would fail, except I do have samesies. I'll use it. Change the value of one of your dice to be identical to the value of another one of your dice. I'm going to spend the 1 CP that I have to make a 2 a 6. And it's not an ultimate. On ultimates, he would spend this King's Hand token to try to force me to lose my ultimate, but it's not an ultimate. So, but in the Nature's Grasp is good. I know in my last video I said the only way that I do undefendable damage is with Wellspring on Overgrowth, spending a Wellspring on Overgrowth, but I forgot that Nature's Grasp also is undefendable. So that's pretty nice. I grow 2 spirits, so I'm going to take a seedling, and then let's just go ahead and do 2 seedlings for now. And then deal 5 undefendable damage plus 1 damage per spirit. So I got 5, 6, 7, 8 undefendable damage. I could add 3 more with my Dryad, but I'm not. I'm going to hold that to keep a concussion or something from coming in for now. And I'm pretty happy with 8 undefendable damage. So 47 down to 39. All right. Pretty good. And then I won't do anything in my second main phase, so we'll go right on to his phase. 1 combat point. He will draw a card, and it's going to be helping win, and I get another salve. So that's good. So I've spent 1, but I've gotten 2. And he does this right now. He spends 3 CP, remove all positive status effects from all opponents. Do not play this unless it would remove at least 1. I don't have any positive status effects because I have companions, which are not status effects, and salves, which can't be removed. So he's going to actually sell that and get to 5 combat points. And his role objective, again, is to get his ultimate. So he's looking for all 6s. Doesn't get anything there. That was 1, 2, and 3. He has 2 6s, 2 orange, and a white. And that is he does get something. Barbaric Roar is 2 orange and 2 red. And I think that's all he can do. So, yeah, I think that's what he's going to have to go with. It's inflict concussion, but I'm going to use my Dryad to keep that from coming in, to prevent that negative status effect from coming in. Then deal 4 undefendable damage, additionally 1 collateral damage to all opponents. So basically, I just take 5 damage. From 33 down to 28. Okay. And I don't get to roll my defense or anything, so that's it. It's back over to me. In my upkeep phase, I'll go ahead and just get another seedling for now. No, I'm not. I'm going to upgrade to a sapling because eventually I want to get another Dryad to prevent concussion like I just did. Or to prevent stun if he gets his skull bash again. So I'll do that. I'm trying to decide if I want to use a salve because I'm at 28 and he's at 39. I'll hold on to it for now. So my income phase, two combat points, draw a card, transference. Okay, transfer 1 status effect token from a chosen player to another player. And I think this time I'm going to use my Will of Wisp. It's roll 3, and on a wood, deal 1 damage. On a leaf, gain a wellspring, and then on a 6, grow a spirit. So it would be nice to be able to get that. And I can always use transference next time with another combat point because I'll get a combat point, hopefully. So let's spin one of those. And I'm rolling 3 dice. Okay. And good, I got some of everything. I did get the wood, so I deal damage to 38. I get a wellspring, and I get to grow a spirit, so I'm going to grow a sapling into a Dryad. Nice. All right, I think that worked out pretty good for me, so we'll discard that. I'm going to go ahead and use my wellspring. I can use it for an undefendable damage, I realize that, but I want to heal up so I can save my salves for other things. So I'll go ahead and use my wellspring to try to heal some, and only 1 point. So that's all right. 28 to 29. I'll take whatever I can get. And let's go in to my offensive roll phase. All right, I've got 2 wood, 2 green, and a 6. Close to an overgrowth. But I think I'll just go for the splinter again. I don't want overgrowth right now because I don't want to give up my spirits yet. So it's 2. So I got 3 2s and a 3. My last roll. Okay, well, I'm going to have to take splinter because I don't have a small straight or anything, but that's fine. Deal 7 damage, inflict barbed vine. That's been working out pretty good for me. So 7 damage. He does get to roll his defense, which is 4 defense, or 4 dice. And let's see, the white doesn't do anything. He heals 2 from the orange, so back up to 40. And then the red 6 does inflict the damage back to me, so down to 28. And I did 7 damage to him, so he's going to go down to 33, from 40 to 33. And that's going to be it. I'm not going to do anything with transference. I'm going to sell it. I'm just going to let him go. So I will. He gets a combat point up to 6. He draws a card, and it's going to be, I get to draw a card, which will be 6-it. Okay, there we go. And then this is going to be an offensive roll thing for 2. If your offensive roll phase results in an attack that is defendable, it becomes undefendable. So it's just like what we had a minute ago. All right, and he's looking for all whites. So this is going to do some damage to me, probably. All right, that's 1 roll. He's got 4 of them. And then 2. That's not what he wants. And then 3. Okay, so he rolled 3 times. The barbed vine will do 2 damage to him. Go ahead and do that now so I don't forget. It's supposed to be done all together at the end of everything, but, you know, like I said. So he does get 4 white, and on a 4 of a kind, inflict concussion, but he doesn't have a 4 of a kind. So that looks like that's what he's going to be doing. It's going to be 7 undefendable damage. So he will spend 2 combat points down to 4 to be able to do 7 undefendable damage to me. And I've just got to take all of it this time. So from 28 to 21. Okay. And then we are back. That's it. So we're back over to me. I'm going to grow a spirit, my seedling, into a sapling. I will use a salve. I don't want to be too risky. So I'm going to heal back up to 27. I mean, I still have 4, so I think that's pretty good. Okay, income phase. I get a combat point, draw a card 1 more time. A chosen player may perform an additional roll attempt of up to 5 dice during their offensive roll phase. Okay, let's go into the offensive roll phase. And I got 2 6s. I do have a 6-it. So I could try to go for, you know what? Let's try to go for my ultimate again. He does have a king's hand, but I don't care. Like I said, Nature's Grasp is pretty good too. I'll take that. 2. And, well, I got to be careful because if I don't get at least 1 6, I may not be able to do anything. And I don't want to waste a turn for sure. But I do have 1 more time. So let's go. Let's roll 3 of these 3 dice. Yeah, right now I don't have anything. So I will use 1 more time. I'm going to spend that combat point to allow myself an additional roll attempt of up to 5 dice during an offensive roll phase. And this time I'm going to just keep the wood, roll the other 3, so that I can try to do something, because the best odds are to get wood. Okay, so I have, let's see, I have a 3, 4, 5, so that's not enough. So I don't have any straights. It looks like I'm going to have to go with Splinter again. Because I can't get overgrowth. I can't do any of that. Yep, that's what I'm going to have to do. All right, that's better than nothing. Inflict Barbed Vine and deal 5 damage. So he's going to get to roll. He rolls 4 dice for his defense. And he will heal 2 up to 33. But that's all he gets to do. And then I deal 5 damage, so it's going to drop him to 28. And let's see, my second main phase, I'm not going to do anything, so we're back to the Barbarian. 1 combat point up to 5. He'll draw a card, and I get to draw a card, because that's what the thing is. I don't know if you can see it, but the benefit up there is to draw a card, and I got Unstoppable. This is one of my loot upgrades. and it allows me to make an attack undefendable. I have to have 2 CP, which I will have that if I, if I don't get a concussion, which I'll avoid the concussion with this. All right, this is another roll phase one, and then he rolls 5, add 1 times damage, and inflict concussion, which I can prevent the concussion with my Dryad. Okay, he wants 3 white and a red, so let's roll up for him. There's 1 red, there's 1 white, so that's 1, 2, and 3. So he got what he wanted, but it took him 3 rolls, so he will, the Barbed Vine will deal 2 damage to him, down to 26. Okay, and then let's see, 4 white and a red is, he could, well, he has enough to do smackdown and low blow. He has what he needs for that. So you go with whichever is the higher number, and obviously it's going to be the low blow 3, which is going to be deal 8 undefendable damage. But he has to get some, so he's going to spend 2 combat points down to 3. He's going to roll 5 dice, add 1 times the white damage, and then inflict concussion. So he's already doing 8, and he's going to add on just 1 more because he rolls a bunch of orange and red. So he's going to do 9 undefendable damage. I'm going to use my Dryad to prevent the concussion from coming in because it is during an attack. So I can do that. If an opponent's attack would inflict a negative status, upon you. So, but I take 9 damage, so I'm down to 18. All right, getting low on health. Of course, so is he. He's at 26. And that's going to be it. So we'll discard his card, and we'll come over to me. I'm going to grow the sapling into a Dryad. And then I am going to spend a salve to heal 6 up to 24. So we're close on to the same amount of health now. I've got 24, he's got 26. And hopefully I did that right earlier in the game when he got the concussion. I think I did play that correctly. If not, let me know. But anyway, we're back to me. So that was my upkeep phase income. I get 1 combat point. I draw a card. Twice as wild. I'm definitely going to keep that. And of course, I don't have enough to pay for that to play that this turn. But I still have it. Of course, I could always get rid of something else, but I won't. Let's just go into my main phase. All right, come on. Let's roll something good. I'm tired of doing Splinter. 1, 2, 3. Let's hold on to those and re-roll these. Second roll. Okay, a 2 and a 5. Third roll. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to take the small straight because it deals more damage than the 4 splinters do. I mean, the 4 wood. So it's inflict Barbed Vine and deal 8 damage. I could go up to 11, but I'm not going to hold on to my Dryad for now. I might do that. I might use this for a +3, if I can finish him off. But right now I can't. So deal 8 damage. He's going to roll 4 dice. And he heals 4, but that's it. He doesn't do any damage to me. So he's going to heal 4 back up to 30 because he rolled 2 orange, but then he takes 8. So he's going to go back to 22. And that's going to be it for my roll phase. And then I'm not going to do anything else. So we're back over to him. He goes to 4. He draws a card, and my benefit is 2 CP. Good. I'm starting to make some money now. Now I can use twice as wild if I need it. And this is a Dower Glass. So he spends 3, transfer all negative status effects from yourself to the active player. And so that is a Barbed Vine. So he's going to spend 3. And he's going to send that over to me. But that's okay. I have a transference, so I can just put it right back on him next time if I need to. And his role objective is our straights. He wants to get a straight. Okay. So we keep we keep one of 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we rolled a bunch of 2s and 5s. So we'll keep those. So that's 1. All right. 2, 3, 4. That's 2. So he has a straight. All right. He has a large straight. A large straight is his unhinged 3, which is a 15. 3 whites is only a 1. So that's what he's going to want to do. Deal 17 damage and receive 2 damage in return. Return damage only applies if at least 1 damage was dealt successfully. Now I do get to roll my defense, which is 4, and I'm definitely going to do that. Because he's going to deal 17 damage to me. It won't kill me, but it's going to hit me hard. That's going to hurt. All right. So I prevent, let's see, I prevent 1 times this and 1 times this. So I prevent 3 of it, and that doesn't do any good. So I'm going to take 14 damage, which is going to put me down to 10. So I'll have to use another staff. And he takes 2 damage in return. All right, so he's going to go down to 20. And that's going to be it. So that hurt. Okay, I will grow a spirit, which will be a seedling. I'm going to use a salve. I have to. I hate to use my salves because I want to save them for other bosses, but I don't want to lose. So that's going to go up to 16. It's 20 to 16. All right, income phase. I take a 5. I go up to 5. Draw a card. It's going to be triple up. Would be nice to use this, but I'm going to save it for now. In fact, I might actually sell it because I do have a twice as wild, and I could have used that on his turn. I got to remember that. But I'm actually going to sell my triple up to get another CP because I want to use transference. I'm going to spend 2 down to 4 to transfer my barbed vine back over to him because I don't want to take the damage. I want him to take that damage. All right, that's all I'm going to do. And I do still have 4, so I can use twice as wild or unstoppable, whatever I need. So let's roll up. Let's roll something good here. We've got a 2, a 3, a 5, and a 6. And a large straight is 8 damage, and I roll 4, and there's a lot of things that can happen. So, and I can make it undefendable. That's a big hit. Let's keep that. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, and 6. So I need a 4. I actually have a 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. But that's not gonna do me any good. So let's re-roll the 1. So this is my second roll. And then let's roll again. All right, so I got a 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, and 6. All right. Well, let me think about what I want to do here. All right, I probably shouldn't have just tried for a 4. I probably should have done something differently. But I don't want to spend any of my cards yet just on 5 damage. I mean, I could spend my Dryad to make it 8 and make it undefendable, but I don't want to do that. I want to prevent a concussion, I think, right? Yeah, I think I do. So I'll just deal the 5 damage, and he's already got Barbed Vine. Maybe I can win next time. This is maybe a little risky, but that's what I do. So he rolls his 4 defense, or it's 4 dice. Okay, so he heals 2, 4, 6. So he heals 6 up to 26, and then he takes 5. So he actually heals a hit point on that. That was not a good turn for me. That did not go well. All right, well that's it. I'm not gonna do anything on my second main phase, so we'll go over here. He gets a combat point up to 2. Please be something he can't afford. Oh, I get a salve. Nice. I'll take it. And, well, he will be able to inflict stun on the active player, but I can prevent that as long as he doesn't get his ultimate. I can prevent that stun with my Dryad, so it won't hurt me too bad. He's going to spend 3. Okay. So he's going to roll up, and he wants a bunch of orange. Okay. So there's 1. That's all he wants to see is orange right now. 2. And 3. Okay. So we had to roll 3 times. The Barbed Vine will inflict 2 damage to him. Down to 19. And he did get 4 orange, which is deal 8 damage and heal 3. So he's going to heal 3 back up to 22. He's going the wrong way. He's not supposed to be going up. And he's going to deal 8 damage, which I do get to roll my defense for. All right, so the leaf doesn't do anything, but I do prevent 3 of that. So he deals 8 minus 3 is 5. So I am down to 11. Okay. And I just realized the Skull Crush costs 3. He only has 2. So he can't use it. So what he's going to do is he's going to sell this to go up to 3. I could have prevented the stun anyway, but I don't. Now I got my Dryad that I can use to hopefully. Well, he's at 22 health, so more than likely I'm not going to be able to finish him this turn. But hopefully I can put a big punch on him. So to start, I'm going to. I will go ahead and grow a seedling. No, I won't. I'm going to grow my seedling into a sapling, and then I will use one of my salves to heal up back up to 17. All right. And then my income phase, 5, go up to 5, and I draw overgrowth. Now that would be nice, but I kind of want to save up my combat points for a big turn, either now or next turn. So let's save that up for now. Let's roll up. Okay, we got a 6, 2 5s, a 3, and a 1. All right, let's keep my 6. Let's see what I can do. Second roll. All right, we got a 4, 5. So I got a 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to keep that small straight and re-roll for my third one, and it is a 5. I could change it, but I'm not. So let me see what I want to do here. I'm definitely going to do the small straight. So that's going to inflict Barbed Vine. But I won't. I'm not going to use my Dryad to increase it yet because it won't kill him. It does do 8 damage though. So I'm just going to make it undefendable. I'm going to spend 2 of my combat points down to 3. To use Unstoppable, your attack becomes undefendable. So it's going to be 8 undefendable damage to him, down to 14. 22 down to 14. And now I have the lead. He has 14 hit points. I have 17 hit points. And then in my main phase 2, I mean, Overgrowth is nice, but at this point, I need combat points for my 6 hit and my twice as wild. I'm going to sell that Overgrowth to get a combat point. And that's going to be it. Let's go to his turn. 4 combat points, which he will be able to afford whatever he gets now. And I get 2 CP. That's the reward that was in the top right. So I'm up to 6. And this is going to be at the conclusion of your offensive roll phase. Change your lowest value die to 6. All right, so he's going for his ultimate, and that would be terrible because that's 15 damage to me. So let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, here he goes. 1. Doesn't get anything. 2. Doesn't get any 6s. That's what he's looking for. And 3. So he does get a 6. Oh, that was a white. 3 white, and an orange. He does get 1/6. Okay. And he does have an ability. He can pull off an ability. It looks like he can get low blow 3. But that is the only thing he can do. Of course he can turn his lowest at the conclusion of your offensive roll phase, change your lowest value die to 6. But that would just give him 2 white and 2 red, which would not really do anything. So there's no reason for him to spend that. So he's actually gonna use that to get another combat point, I think. He does have low blow 3. Now he used 3 rerolls, so the Barbed Vine's gonna deal 2 damage. Down to 12. Okay, good. So he doesn't need to upgrade anything, and I'm glad that he gets an ability because I didn't want him to get a King's Hand and get the option of doing this 6 fusion thing again. So he's going to deal 8 defendable damage to me. So that's going to go down to 9, 17 down to 9. And that's going to be it. We are back over to me. All right, upkeep phase. Let's grow a seedling. Now I have a choice. I can spend one of my two salves I have remaining to heal up to 15. But there is a chance that I can win the game here. I do have a 6-hit and a twice as wild and plenty of combat points. But the thing is, if I don't take him out, there's a chance that I could lose. I think just to play it safe. I hate to keep using my salves, but to play it safe, I am going to spend one. So I'm going to go up to 15. It's just going to make it harder in the portal crawl and against the gunslinger, but, you know, that's what I need to do, I think. So I spin a salve, a seedling. All right, combat or income phase up to 7. Draw a card. Getting paid. Let's do that. Spend that to get 2. So I'm up to 9. So I have plenty. I've got twice as wild and a 6-hit here that I can use and manipulate some dice. Let's get some good rolls here. All right. I want to do a lot of damage. 2, 4. So I have a 1, 2, 3, and 2, 4. So small straight does 8. This can put it at 11, but that would keep him alive. It would inflict Barbed Vine, though, which would kill him on his turn. Or I could go for an overgrowth. I could go through for my Call of the Wild, the large straight, which would do 8 damage, and I could do some other things. All right, let's just go for a large straight. 2 and 3. So I didn't get it. I could do twice as wild, but that seems wasteful. And I could 6 it, but I don't know that I want to do that. So I could do 8. I'll just take the small straight. And this is the reason why I used my salve, because he is going to get another turn, it looks like. So small straight is going to be inflict Barbed Vines and deal 8 damage. Like I said, I could use a Dryad to get to 11, but then I wouldn't be able to prevent a concussion, which isn't a big deal. I've got 9 hit points, or 9 combat points. All right, so for now, let's just see what he rolls. We're going to go with 8 damage. He rolls 4. Come on, don't roll any orange. Don't roll any orange. He rolls 2, so he goes up to 14. And if I use my Dryad, I can actually do... Oh, and I take a damage because he rolled a 6. So I'm down to 14. All right. I will use my Dryad to make it 11. And that's going to drop him down to 3. So he won't be able to kill himself with the Barbed Vine, but he'll come close. So I guess we'll just do that. We'll just leave it there. Hope I can survive the next turn because I have 14 hit points. And we are back to the Barbarian. He gets a combat point up to 6. He draws a card, and it's going to be Shout. I get a combat point up to 10. And then Shout He can't afford this. The active player receives 3 damage. So he'll spend 2, and I take 3 damage down to 11. Okay, and I got to try to play. I might need to play some of these cards, 6-it or twice. Well, I can't play 6-it on his turn, but I can use twice as wild to manipulate dice, and I may have to. All right, he wants 2 white and 3 red. That's what he's looking for. All right, 5 white. So let's go with 4 of a kind does concussion. So let's keep 2 2s and a 1. So that's, no, he only wants 2 white. So we'll keep the 2 2s. So that's 1, 2. Okay. And roll again. 3. All right. So he doesn't get what he rolls. He does get 4 white. I don't think whites and orange come together for anything. No, it doesn't. So he's going to have to he's going to have to be happy with his 4 white, which is going to deal 7 damage. He doesn't have a 4 of a kind, so he doesn't inflict concussion. 7 damage won't kill me, thank goodness. All right, it looks like that's what I'm going to have to do. I don't think there's anything else. So 7 damage. I do get to roll my defense. And, oh, that's nice. On 2 6s, I gain a wellspring. And a 4 doesn't do anything. And I also prevent 1 times 6 and 1 times the wood. And you can, okay, so rooted, 2 6s give me a wellspring. And I also prevent 1 times 6. And you can use both of them. So I prevent 1, 2, 3 damage. He dealt 7. I take -3. I take 4. So I'm down to 7. All right, that was a good turn for me. Bad turn for him because he doesn't win. I don't know if I took the barbed vines off. No, I just checked. I didn't take off the damage for barbed vine. So he did 3 rolls. He's down to 1. And that comes off. All right, back to me. I'm not going to spend a salve because I'm going to win right here. I've got a wellspring. I want to go for an overgrowth, make it undefendable, or a nature's grasp or something. So I can win the game right here. I'll grow a seedling up to a sapling. And then I think you can spend a sapling to heal 1 and gain a CP, or spend a sapling to spend a CP and draw a card. So I might do that, but let's go ahead and get my income up to 11. Draw a card, which is stump. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need to use these saplings. Let's just go to the roll phase. I'm looking for overgrowth. Okay. I could, let's see, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's a large straight. Now that is not undefendable damage, but that's a lot of damage. It's at least 8. And he would have to roll all 4 oranges just to heal 8. So, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my large straight. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm going to keep it. So it's going to be 8 damage, and then I roll 4 dice, and I add some things depending on what I get. Okay. On leaf, I get a wellspring, which I already have them at my stack limit. That's okay. On a 6, I grow a spirit. I'll just get a dryad. Let's go ahead and use the sapling up to a dryad. And then I add 1 times the wood, so I do 9 damage. So 9 damage. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my dryad to do 12. I'm going to spend a combat point down to 10 to use stomp. Roll 5, and there's a lot of things I can do. I roll 5, and I add 1 times the wood, so 3 more, and I would inflict, but you add 3 damage from the stomp. So here's what stomp says. Roll 5, and then add 1 times wood. If at least 3 damage was added, inflict barbed vine, so I will. And He's going to have Barred Vine. Okay, so I did 8, 9. The Dryad was 3. It's 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage. He's got 1 hit point left. He's going to lose, but I'm going to roll for him anyway. He does heal 2, or he heals 4, because he rolls 2 orange. So he's going to go up to 5, but then he takes 15. So that's it. I do it. If you want to see around and see what I get from the shop, then I'm going to go into that right now. All right, so boss loot. I'm going to roll 3 times on the 5 on the boss loot table. Then I'm going to record a win and then advance to the next scenario. So let's get the loot table out. And here is the boss loot table. So I'm going to roll 3 times on that, and whatever I get, I can put in my deck. If I don't want something, I can discard it, and it will, I'll get some scenario points for it if I discard it. So the first roll is going to be a 17 on the green, which is a rare. So let's see what that's going to be. And it's going to be Health Potion 2. A chosen hero heals 3. Yeah, I definitely want that. I'm going to keep that one for sure. Always nice to be able to heal. You saw how important healing is. All right, second roll is a 15. 15 is also a rare. So I'll pull a rare, and it is going to be Dig Deeper 2. You may re-roll a loot die up to 2 times. This card may be played at the conclusion of a boss battle. I'll just reject that. If you reject it, you put it on the bottom of the deck. I don't want that. And then 3, I rolled a 3, which is a common. So the common loot that I get is a trench coat. So when selling a card, gain 2 combat points instead of 1. Yeah, I'll keep it. Why not? It's a 0 cost to put into play. In equipment, you can have up to 2 pieces of equipment in play. So what happens is when this comes out, I'll put it, if I want to put it in play, I just set it over to the side, kind of like you do sometimes in dungeon crawlers. You'll set your equipment near your board. And then for the rest of the game, when I sell a card in this case, I gain 2 instead of 1. So both of those will go into my deck, and then I'll get a point for the one that I got rid of, and that's it. So thank you for watching, and be sure to be in the lookout for my next video for this game or any other games that I have. And until next time, I'll save you a seat at the table. Thanks.